have said it's a wrap. Top's looking different these days. And I know what y'all thinking. Just cut it off, Papa.
Yeah, just cut it off because I'm trying to figure out what's up with all these young niggas with these little ass hairlines. Push bikes.
But what if I told you this wasn't always the case? Back in 2021, Evan had that type of crown you don't even second guess. Full dents, no gaps, no recession, just thick and untouched potential. So what happens just in 4 years that shifts a man's
Hell no, what the hell?
whole hairline like this? Is it age, stress, neglect, overstyling, or maybe just life creeping in when you're too busy fighting everything else? I'm gonna show y'all how Evan walks out every single week looking like a brand new man. Let's work. All right, so we're on the right side, and this part right here, this is where the taper starts talking. This right here ain't a fade for fashion. This right here is a fade for framework. See, when somebody's top is looking like it's been through some things, you can't just leave the sides wilding. You need some structure. So what we agreed on was let the sides and the back grow out, let it build some presence, because when the length starts nearly hugging the ears and dropping down the neck, that top don't hit the same no more. It softens up the whole picture. See, some of y'all gonna be thinking that I've been doing high tapers on Evan forever, but mira, the case is that 4 or 5 years ago, I was doing low tapers on the man. And y'all already know I'm gonna keep it a bean. It looked clean. I could have even gone for a high taper back.
I don't know if I had the nuts to let this nigga put this video up of me, gang. After me coming there all the time with the regular good bit up. And then I come in there one day looking like Wolverine. Fuck. What the fuck happened, you know?
Then sure, but when you got more volume like that, you got more options when you roll the dice, ¿me entendiste? See, that's the part most people don't realize. When your hair is fuller, your fade doesn't gotta work as hard. You can pretty much have any type of fade, any type of length, and still walk around looking sharp. All right, so let's rewind real quick.
I always wanted to be. I be having like barber thoughts sometimes. Like I want to be a barber. Well, I'd be a barber. Ooh, ooh. But when you see this type of shit, it be like, oh shit, oh shit, yo.
This is around post-Rona. Y'all remember this time barbers were out here wearing hazmat suits, cutting through foggy face shields like we were in a sci-fi flick or something. Waiting areas only had one chair. Toilet paper was extinct. So this is the time that Evan first started coming through the shop. And I ain't gonna lie, that sponge top, it had to have been his go-to for at least a year and a half. And as y'all can see, there was only a little bit of a difference on the top. That taper was low, the curls were defined, courtesy of that sponge top, and the length on the hair was much shorter. And we didn't even have to grow out the length too much. He kept it generally pretty short. Now, I'm no psychic, y'all, but usually you could tell when somebody has hair loss on the way. You peep the corners, you see the thinning on the crown, the little things, the signs. But with my guy E, no warning signs, zero. Now, I'll tell you one thing that has managed to stay consistent pretty much throughout the whole time that I've been cutting my guy E, and it's that back taper. I will admit that it seems like it was a bit higher back then, but now we got a little bit more weight distribution throughout the head. We got more length, right? We got the fro going on. Because at this point,
Hold on, I got to use the bathroom right quick. like.
The length on the sides is doing more than just looking good. It's setting a whole silhouette we need on top. But we'll get to that in a second. I know you're looking at the screen like, okay, Fonz, but why is he still growing it out? Espérate, hold on. When we get to the lineup, you understand things are going to start making sense. And I promise you, you're going to want to take out a piece of pencil, the notepad, everything. Because I'm going to show you how to step your finesse game up to a whole nother level. It's almost upsetting how this is going to turn out. In a good way. Upsetting in a good way. It's like saying bad, but bad means good. Yo, Rona really have folks spending their last dollar for some of that Charmin Ultra Soft. But seriously though, I have folks blowing up my phone left and right asking for a house call like I was the plug for the PS5. And I'm sitting there like, bruh, not only am I trying to protect my license, I'm trying to protect my lungs out here. They were talking about snatching our licenses if we were caught cutting. But meanwhile, you have politicians getting blowouts behind closed doors like nobody was gonna notice. And don't get me started on the non-essential label. Like, all right, I ain't essential now, but the moment y'all start looking like standard cavemen, here we go. Barbers back on speed dial. We were basically pushing face like dope boys. Pulling up to the spot with a duffel bag full of clippers, acting like we're about to deliver some groceries. I'm serious, we had to blend in just to give people blends. But you know what? As much of a wild time as that was, part of what I miss was how slow it used to be. I'm talking about being in the moment, fully present. You know what I'm talking about, that little stretch of peace. But all that stopped 2 months in and I was back in the shop with the fellas. Now, one thing I don't miss about being back in the shop was that y'all remember that mask breath? Try to eat some tacos on your lunch break and then come back to strap that mask back on. Listen, I pretty much put a stop to tacos for a long time after that. And if you had glasses, forget about it. You had that hot breath creeping up your mask and hitting the lenses, fogging them up. Now you had a hard time breathing and a hard time seeing. Speaking of seeing, I know y'all see it. We're getting real close to that top half now. Before we get to the sorcery, let's pay our respects to E's lineup from back in 2021. Trying to get that hairline straight.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe.
Bro, I was fighting for my life. You already know, bro. This was tough for both of us. I used to spend a minute looking back at the mirror, back at the hairline. Mirror, hairline. But I swear to you, I did not want to push this man back until he gave me that green light. But to all my barbers watching this video, hear me out. Be better than me. If you see it, say it. Let your client know, look, bro, if you want me to give you the sharpest lineup and I'm dealing with this, just know by day 3, that lineup is going to look like a 5 o'clock shadow on your forehead. This is no regular lineup. This is a lineup that comes with maintenance. Now, if you got some discipline, go on and get you a shaver for the crib and clean it up yourself. But if you don't, you could always pull a page from Evan's book. My man comes to the shop every single week without excuses. The whole world could be coming to an end like back in the Rona days, and this man's still pulling up to get his hair cut. Listen, there's not too many dudes out here on that type of time. I know y'all see what time it is. We're officially at the point of the service where things will either go left or get legendary. This is where I start playing defense, because I'm not gonna lie, I did a little research and I'm not trying to say I'm a physician or anything like that, but I really believe the Rona era changed a lot more than what we expected. I found out about this condition called telogen effluvium, stress-induced hair loss basically, and some folks believe that it was triggered by catching Rona. Now, I'm not saying that E caught Rona, that hasn't been confirmed, but what is confirmed is this whole transformation from 2021 to now. It's a big shift here, right? So now your boy gotta take some
Bro, he just painted his whole motherfucking head. He just painted his fucking whole. Yo, look. He power sprayed all this. No fucking way. That's the paint job. That's the fucking paint job that I be talking about.
transformation.
He got his shit to the max. He got a wrap.
from 2021 to now. It's a big shift here, right? So now your boy gotta take some extreme measures. Thankfully, I got a few tools up my sleeve and a whole system that I've developed over time to finesse the situation. Like
Finesse, nigga, bitch, you ain't chop it down. What the fuck?
this. First thing I'm gonna go for is using a wet enhancement to lay out a strong base. I hit those light areas with like 3 to 4 layers, and I really make sure I get full coverage here. It pretty much acts as an adhesive, just enough for me to pick out the surrounding hair and the longer strands. We're going in an upward direction, boys and girls, me entendiste? So that way everything starts to build shape and I'm able to create and sculpt a clean silhouette. But you gotta move quickly, because once that wet enhancement dries too much, you'll lose flexibility. It's like trying to pick out hair that's been hit with too much spritz. Now once I can notice the structure, I switch gears and come with a dry enhancement, aka the fibers. This is where you gotta be trigger happy, okay? No hesitation, we're layering, not spritzing. In this type of service, you gotta unload the full clip. And listen, if you're trying to pull something like this off on yourself, or you got somebody else's light area that you're trying to cover, I made
That nigga bet not sweat one drop, yo. This is fucking crazy, yo.
y'all a free service breakdown kit that explains my whole process in detail with all the tools that I use and even what I would do different next time. It's on the link below. Click on it, grab you one, grab your friend one. It's free 99. Cool. So I'm pretty much sure everybody's in agreement that we got to finish strong, right? See, everything's in the details, and right now the detail is that chin. Now my guy, he don't got much going on facial hair wise, but listen, whatever he's working with, we got to make it shine. So here's the first thing I always do. I hit the bottom of the chin with some powder. Before I even think about grabbing those trimmers, I'm setting up a barrier, because E skin super sensitive. Listen, even just me using the trimmers bump him up. And look, this isn't just an E thing. A lot of y'all in law enforcement or the military, y'all know what I'm talking about. Folks get mad at y'all for not shaving with a razor, not knowing that the razor alone will make y'all look like y'all going through a second round of puberty. And y'all gotta do.
Bro, this... I don't want to be a barber anymore. But just say that.
Do things like get a medical card just to show that you can't do that. It's crazy. But on a serious note, if you know you're prone to ingrown hairs, skip the razor. Go with some powder and the trimmers only. That right there is a safe bet, trust me. Anyway, once that chin is cleaned up, we're gonna go ahead and move to the real MVP of this finish. I'll go ahead and grab that shave gel and prepare for that lineup. Now, even up here on the forehead, E's skin is still acting up. So I'm massaging in the gel real light, using my comb first and then my fingertips. Yo, but don't mind my stained up fingers though. That's wall paint. That right there is proof that you know your boy's putting in that work. But anyways, I make sure that
I ain't gonna cap though. This looking hella more filled in than what the fuck. Hold on.
spread that gel outward, not up, outward. Because if the gel bleeds into the enhancement, it's gonna look wild. So what I do is scoop out before.
Yeah, that look a little fake full right quick. He got a good 23 hours of that.
Before the blade hits the color, then come back up the line again, clean and calculated. Oh, and while we're at it, I hit the eyebrows and the mustache too. He's never really changed his mind on those. He wants the top and the bottom of the eyebrows cleaned up, just slightly arched. No unibrow. You already know, not
Niggas too feminine, bro. What?
everybody can rock the Anthony Davis. But you know what? Lately, even though I'm not showing it here on this video, he's been rocking that 1930s slay on the middle of the mustache. You know what I'm talking about, looking like a villain from the movie Sinners. But see, I know at this point y'all thinking I'm done. We're almost there. Check me out. So what I do right now is I'm not gonna just leave the afro as it.
Yeah, he definitely. Alright. I'm gonna give you some. Alright.
Is I gotta add a little bit more random
Peep the enemies.
to it, okay, aka some texture. So before I even start creating that texture look, I spray the hair down, just regular old hairspray. You can use whatever hairspray you want.
Mind you, he not pulling this area.
mean, you know, I like to experiment, and I don't have any definite go-tos when it comes to hairsprays. I just like something that can deliver on what I'm trying to achieve. And I just feel like I could do that with any type of hairspray. So I spray it down and I start picking out sections upward, and we're adding that texture like I already said, but not using a sponge. You see, the sponge worked out back when his hair was short, but now it's a different story. The sponge just flattened things out, and that's exactly what we don't want to happen. We're trying to make this afro silhouette pop. That's the illusion that we're trying to give, right? That's the misdirection. Shout outs to all my magicians out there. See, we're trying to pull the eyes away from the crown and the front area, the light areas, and give them something.
Oh, alright. He got some little technique to shut a nigga like me up. But I'm still ain't fucking with all that paint you put on that man. I don't get the paint job when I get hit. No need. No needs.
Something else to admire. So I pick it out, I spray it, I palm roll the ends lightly, almost like he was about to start a freeform lock journey if we would have pretty much leave it this way for a little bit longer. See this texture, this
My man got the Hitler. Hit that.
shape. This is his signature look now. Yo, tell me if I'm tripping, but isn't it crazy that when we look back at E's old footage, my guy had more hair, but I couldn't pull off a straight lineup to save my life. And now he's got less hair and it's the cleanest lineup ever. That's wild.
Because y'all be painting and shit. That's why I don't like that shit. Don't paint on me, nigga. Bit me with the razor like you supposed to.
I actually like his cut now more than I did when he actually had more hair. Is that wrong? Am I wrong for that? I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if he got a transplant. Shoot, I need it. Matter of fact, I've been